Good morning. I gotta readjust the camera after moving it around for Step Mania. Get that for it. Click, please. Before it yells at me. Alright, and that'll be a little bit while to be done. Okay. So we have, well, since we're listening to chat, do I have samples for all these from, well, mostly from the docs. Yeah, we have a sample bits message, we have some sample sub messages, a resub, gifted sub. Resub is probably about the same, a non-gifted sub. So we have some stuff we can work with here. So if we set up some data structures for these, we ought to be able to just sort of parse this and put it through a chat response. Maybe? Ooh, does chat response update the model? Well, it has to for raids. So, we'll need some place to store it in the model. So, we'll have, we need data structures for this, don't we? These are actually going to be pretty similar. It's just going to be amount. I was thinking I could add all this stuff at the same time. I was like, maybe I want to prove the code before duplicating it. I'm wondering if, bits is the currency. Maybe the event would be better as there. Yeah. So raids tend to happen once. Cheers don't necessarily happen once. Well, the first step is to try to record data, then we'll worry about displaying it. So that will be a list. That was the test raid message. So yeah, this is our basic method for subbing that stuff in. So that's the data. Or a place to store the data. So we were picking up raids from a user notice. Case message ID. Bits chat message, which I guess is what they called it, but oh well. I need to know what I called the constant. Is it just, yeah, it's bits. Chat.bits. Yeah, so this is where we pull out the details. And yeah, at some point I might want to do some higher level parsing of chat messages, but I am like only pulling out specific fields. So like a general thing would kind of be bringing in too much stuff. So display name, user ID. I imagine we'll have a user ID and display name. Display name, user ID. And this is an older sample message, so hopefully it's still good. Oh, because bits is the tag, which is the amount. Oh, I said tag folder. Oh. Yeah. Raid. Cheer. So you can theoretically have something that pulls this out and updates an arbitrary record. Oh, the view thing is cheer. Right. Oh, wait, that's not a... Oh, what is the... It's not a tag. Oh, it's not a message ID. Okay. Oh, it's not even a user notice. It's just a chat message. Okay. Priv message we were previously ignoring. So this is ooh. Ooh. So we have a member of a list, which is going to be a thing constructed with a variable. So the easiest thing to do here is say if, no, cheer is a struct. It's just a constructible struct. And testing isn't going to do much of anything until we can view it. So we've got sections. And that display section should not display anything if it's empty. Yeah, so that should have been the first thing. So stream credits in init. Chat samples, bit sample message. Do something like yeah, to quote, take that out, take that out. Wait, what did I've moved some code, I feel like. I feel like I am missing a model closing bracket. I think we must have overjoined here. Or maybe over moved. So it recognized there was something there, but didn't pull out the details? Oh, you know what? Message param display name. That probably had both of those on RAID as well. We chose the param one. Init. This is purely events-based. Well, yeah, we'll do new subs. I know there's one person I've watched who does have like a credit roll that actually has like all of their subscribers. So that, and that, I think there's an API point for that as well. So that's another interesting one. But so subs is going to be very, very similar. Ooh, you know what? I didn't check for pre-existing changes. You update. Okay, everything as expected. Record and display. Cheerers. Let's see, then we're also going to want to have, once again, we need a structure. Now. Well, it could be a sub or a resub. So there's a question. Do we want to have like a new subscribers section? Probably not necessary. But if we have, so I guess we'll call this like a sub event, and if we do current subscribers, we'll just call it subscriber. So I'm not currently doing anything. Oh, what I could do. Oh. And I was thinking about doing some more formatting of that. But we'll start by getting some data. Ooh, this also has what was the information available? Plan name, param months. Yeah, there's nothing that's like, well, there isn't a, there, subplan. Yeah, even though those are numerical, you'd still have to figure out where to sort prime in there. So that's going to have to be some kind of explicit ordering regardless. Let's see, should I suppose I should convert that at the parsing stage, just a level. And then once we have that, well, it'll complain about it not being there, but it'll be there short enough. Display name. And then also empty array, and I might need to revisit this because that'll like put someone who cheers multiple times in there a bunch. So that's a resub. The others are gifted subs. That the gifts actually become an interesting thing. The gifts actually become an interesting thing. You'd probably want to display the gifter, because they're the person giving you money. But one person can give multiple gifts, so we're back to the compression issue again. So I guess we'll actually want to do multiple of these. So, this is starting to get a little bit fatter, but I don't necessarily want to depend on the chat sample. Well, then I'll, yeah, ultimately be a little bit less noisy down here. So this was, although I would make it easier to customize these. So this was the sample bits, yeah, chat message, and this was nope, not quoted. Sample rated message. So the way we would do this, and really I guess we ought to do this, just for simplicity in adding and removing these things. Sample resub message. Sample gifted sub message. And a non-gifted sub. That might compile. Oh, I can't call it sub. And I think because that's one of the default imports, I can't re-import it as something else. Well, I have to re-import it as something else. I don't know if it will let me then import sub as sub. So it's platform.sub, which has type sub. Which we then have to explicitly import. Okay, it seems to work. But we're not parsing any of these right now. Chat response. So our most basic example is the resub, which is a message ID resub. Yeah, so we'll have different parsers for these, or extractors. Actually, it's more akin to a notice, isn't it? So we have badges, display name, we have message. We don't have message param display name on this one. Okay. Display name, do we have user ID? Yes. Uh, 00, and this is where, so display name, user ID, message param months, and then I guess you could actually have a different section for every tier, but I don't expect that to be that big of a deal. Now this is going to be a more complicated thing. So no, we're going to call that a 1. And I think it goes 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And if it's unknown, could be anything. I guess we call it a tier 1. You know what? Actually, this is going to be... Well, actually, a lot of this is potentially reusable. But let's get... Actually, this is resub. Oh, you're right. It's not tier. It's plan. Message param plan. Message parent subplan. No, subplan name. Subplan. So that runs. We actually had a C1 show up now. Yeah. So gifted sub has display name. Subgift, months, recipient name, but display name is actually the gifter. Subplan. I think the user ID is going to be the person who did it. So actually, I think that gifted sub. Wait, what's the message ID? Subgift. Oh, did I do notice type subgift? So this might get renamed later. Okay, so it's subbing. Oh, no, I do need to split because I need to look at samples. So the anon gift, display name, QA subs partner. Anon sub gift. Recipient ID, recipient user. Subplan. This is a totally fabricated test message, so I'll have to wait till I catch one of these in the wild. So we probably do want a specific parser here to just kind of fill in the... Or I could parse stuff out and then overwrite it. That would make this easier to deal with. This feels like it was a QA thing. So we don't know what a real one looks like. I guess I'll just have to leave it up as I watch various channels, because sometimes some of them get those. Chat. A non-sub gift is a separate thing. Sub equals my sub. You cannot directly edit that. I guess user ID can really be whatever in this case. Because if we just leave that alone, it's going to show up as like QA subs partner. Yeah, I don't know what it actually is, but it's not going to be that. Display name equals and then that just kind of leaves open the question of how do we want to handle multiple events. Well, that's basic parse and display. Oh, that, and this is the thing I didn't want to have to remember all the time. I mean, I think the Elm compiler has gotten better about shaking things. No, diff. Record and display subs. So now the question is, do we want to record all the individual events and then compress them on? Well, we're gonna be displaying frequently. The events are infrequent, so presumably, we'd want to do that on add. So sample bits. Detected errors. Oh, right. Yeah. Chat response. All right, so the subs are going to be a little bit harder. Bits. Or improve message. I'm not sure there's a generic way to do this. I should probably convert this into a dict because that's how I'm going to use it. Dict of user ID to cheer. Dict dot, is it new init empty. And then this is where this is where it becomes dict.update cheer.user ID to a function let's see, do I want to... This is not... I could do it with a... I could either do it by a case or I could do it with a map. We have to handle both cases. Just is 6 one if does the other. Which one you base this off of? Amount plus shear dot amount equals and this is just, and then nothing is just cheer. And we're applying this to model.cheers. Closing out our model. We've not used dict yet. And we usually expose the type for convenience. Wrong case. Oh, and then the view is trying to use does that mean like dict.values? You also need to import dict. Okay, so that's a basic combiner for bits. And then we're done with the sample stuff. Combine bits by, combine cheers by user. And we similarly want to combine subs by gifter. Dict string, and I'm just assuming that anonymous will all come from the same. We'll have to catch a multiple gifts in a stream sometime to prove that. Alright, so what is our combination rule here? Ugh. Okay, this we probably want to function for. I mean, arguably kind of a function for the cheers as well. Combine subs given a model and yeah, I could see the argument for the arguments either way on this one. Either combine subs, and then we're updating the model. I guess the standard for Elm with lists and things is to do the thing that gets modified last. I could actually just pass it the dict here, but it's going to be the same code. Now, I think I will leave out the command because that's just completely extraneous to this. Alright, so sub.userid. So the way I'm doing this... I think I need to do this a different way. So for sub, let's try treating this the same way Twitch treats points. So months, it gets weird if you have a gifted sub. Because all the gifts will be at the individual counts for the user. I guess you would do max months, and that would work fine for the individual cases. Because I'm thinking about doing some, like, sorting type things. Based on, like, some of these different numbers. Sorting or text sizes. Alright, so we want something like, and this is going to be a multi-item update. Months equals max prev dot months sub dot months and points equals prev dot points plus sub dot points. And then apparently we have an incomplete. Oh, these are all list operations. Combine subs, sub model. Wait, that one was a little bit different. Now, I'm just assuming, once again, that the user ID for these will be the same. Which means the display name should really be the same, but I would like to see one in the wild. If it's not all the same ID, then those are going to show up. And then we'll need... So I guess we would do resub, gift, anon, and then multiple, well, multiple anons, multiple gifts. And then our view has to what? I guess I did that one after the fact, because I'd swear I tested with that. Oh, no, this is bringing in the module again. All right, we only have 3. Combine multiple gift subs, primarily gift subs. You know what? Let's make this, because this is not a person. Okay. Actually, now I'm... Oh, right, because we had the subscriptions list. And actually, now I'm wondering if there's a bits as well. Ranked list of time period. Week, month, year. Current day. Default all. So maybe I don't need chat events for this. User ID, rank 1, score, score. Yeah, so if I had the stream start time, Well, all right, so that's something that we might be able to simplify. But was I correct in thinking? They're not a subscribers. I mean, I guess there could be, nope, ID or login. Maybe it's old API? Users reference, bits reference, channels reference. Specified user is well, checks if a user is subscribed to a specified channel. I don't know if user ID, yeah. I don't know if there's a way to get a list of subscribers. Get users. Login equals. Well, there's an interesting one. That's an API, huh? Well, that might just be the query. Huh. Yeah, that might be some internal infrastructure. Hmm. Well, there might not be a complete subscriber list. I guess I could have this start doing local storage to build it up over time, but it'd have to track dates and expirations and all that stuff. I guess technically in the old API, you were subscribed to channels, weren't you? Channel feed, channels. Get channel subscribers. Specified channel has specified user. All right, we're going to have to do some Twitch API adjustments. Subplan name. That must be this must be some QA test data again. Okay. So the annoying thing about this is that since I'm using the published version of my package, it's a pain in the butt to switch back to a local one. So the crust is easy. I could actually start with a custom parser here. And then port it back. But then we're also going to be looking at possibly the bits leaderboard for the stream period. So all right, so new subs are cool. We'll probably keep that in some form. So the request is... Okay, yeah, we've got a Twitch ID set up. But what we need is display name and ID pretty much. Oh, the old API doesn't have the months. There's an updated at. There's a subscription created at, which is probably the source of the old month count. All right, so how do we convince it to let us use... so we just have to remove this. Elm, Twitch, API, there's probably source. Yeah, source. So we don't want to make see, that probably doesn't watch that. I'm gonna have to touch something here. Aha! Oh, right. We now need all of the consequent dependencies. Oop. Wait, what? Oh, I opened the wrong window. Okay. Elm.json. Well, actually, it's going to be indirect ones. So probably just that. And then adjust our stuff. And our stuff. Compiled 5 modules. Okay. So now this is it V5? That's where I had. Oh, we called it was Kraken. So right so far Kraken Kraken decode only has communities that we've done so far. Did we... Got 2 of these for some reason. So we've got subscription. And this actually has a sub-object. I could say user blah, user blah, user blah. Or we could actually define a user structure. Subscriptions, subscription, and the thing is, channels reference, right, we did that. What does a v5 user response look like? Yeah, it looks different. So I don't think a user type would be super useful here. Wait, why does this say users? And actually the community's endpoint is, well, it's still documented, I think, so even though it's kind of dead. Yeah, it's still documented. Subscription. I just want to double check. New user follow, API endpoint. Ah, when it's added. At this time. It's probably too secret to be even, huh? Because they show it on the event. So it's like you could get it if you wanted. Oh, wait, doesn't include them? Oh, no flag distinguish them. Number of gifted subs. Yeah, I mean, there's been some for that. Well, Twitch has been showing some stuff like that. There is a subscriptions webhook. There'll be subscriptions endpoint at some point. Yeah, I just wanted to confirm I wasn't missing something there. Live. In progress. Subscriptions webhook. User journaling. State service. This might be some kind of a internal stuff. Okay. Yeah, there's me checking up on some stuff. Oh, but we kind of reallocated ourselves here. So we need channel. Oh. This could potentially need me to implement Kraken pagination. Sorted by the date when they subscribed. Default oldest first. This is going to be a bigger project than I thought. Oh, because speaking of which, I had a draft for Helix pagination, but I never didn't end up with a use for it. Yeah. All right, one step at a time. One step at a time. And I actually am going to have to call this on somebody else, so I guess we could pick somebody big enough. All right, community. Subscriptions. And then this is invalid stuff. So it's probably going to look... yeah, we're going to have to use the field at to get the user stuff. Oh, right, and... they want documentation everywhere. All right, so we've got ID. Created at, that's going to be, do you have a timestamp handy? You do not. So this... Ooh. And that was a duration-did custom parser of, but still, that might be a bit of a pain. Subplan. We're going to have to treat them as strings. I mean, I guess I could enumerate the tiers, but then you'd have to leave a hole for an unknown tier anyway. All right, user ID. I've typically been doing all the stuff that's included in the decoders. User logo, probably profile image. Right, no, yeah, username. User type, that might be kind of an old thing too. And user updated at. And I guess we're doing a little bit more. Now we're more. Adding some stuff to Twitch API. We did our IRC stuff, and it's like, oh wait, we could do the entire list. And then bootstrap our JSON decoder. Oh, this is a subscription. Then we'll have to go back and do the list. Because community... Yeah, community was a singular. All right, so it does have an ID. Are there any others we can reuse? Easily? Not really. So we have sub plan. Oh, we have, well, we have created at. Clips v2 created at timestamp. And that's where we get into this thing. Oops, I didn't mean to split that again. Wait, how are we... Oh, I was doing documentation first. All right, so we call that a timestamp. Subplan name. And then we get into all the user stuff. So we have to do, isn't it at that lets you do something like that? User. I don't I don't think there's any way to context into that user. And pass down the decoder to the proper value. Created at timestamp. Display name. Logo. Name. Type and updated at timestamp. And then we'll have something like for a subscriptions response. So this is, and is it just? No, it's at subscriptions. A list of subscription, I think. One thing. So a way to test this, which I probably should have set up earlier. How did we set up our test project here? This one was probably still. Yeah, there. But that needs to be reactor, so we actually have to shut down this reactor. Localhost, I might want to separate tests to run these. This is import tweet helix to code. Edit test. Kraken. Exposing subscriptions, sample subscriptions, expectation, subscriptions, sample subscriptions, and let's say it decodes. Expected to be true, instead false. Is true case. This is not valid JSON. Expected character at line 21. So we start at oh, right, because we removed the extra field. Result, okay. All right, so we've got that. So now we switch back for a bit. Channels reference, channel ID. All right, Twitch dot Kraken as Kraken. Kraken as Kraken. We will need all that stuff. User subscribers kraken.subscriber. So now my update has to handle that. Follows-ish. Except, I'm actually going to want it in the model, so I can actually do some stuff with that. So follows. Oh, I was pre-parsing the current follows as well. Oh. We can probably use sub for this. Does that need to be a dict? That doesn't need to be a dict. We should not need to be doing any merging here. Did I already copy this? Did not. Actually, this is subscriptions. From Twitch perspective, it is subscriptions. my subscription of Twitch subscriptions. Subscriptions. Once again, not dealing with pagination yet. We do not need that. Could probably combine it further. And then subscriptions. Oh, does this need... Oh, required scope. That might require OAuth. All right, does that compile? Oh, right, subscribe. My subscription. So this should be like my follow. Kraken.subscription. Go ahead and reuse the sub. And then our sub has user ID. Sub.user ID. Display name equals sub.user display name. We have months we can only guess at. And points, we are going to need a extraction of that function. Plan points is a string to int. Oh, except I was doing the actual sub here. Well, easy fix. And this just becomes 1, 1, 2, 3, and we punt with 1. Points equals plan points sub dot subplan. Name plan. Oh, points equals What? I must have lost some code here. Oh, wait. Plan. Not sub.plan. That was just from here. Subscriptions. Subscribers. Oop. All right. Now we don't make an attempt to fetch this. We can test out some of this in a similar way. Update subscriber subscriptions. With a okay. Now this does get into a bunch of JSON decoder stuff. JSON.decode. Decode string. Kraken.sample subscription. Oh, actually, this is going to be a decode, or an OK. Sample subscriptions. We have not imported JSON.decode. Oh, as decode. Decode string is a decoder and a string. But it's the wrong error message. And then that goes to result.map error. Does HTTP let us construct errors? We need a error. Where is http.error? So we're going to call this a always, we don't really expect any problems here, although we might. If there is a parse error, we're going to have to like debug log it or something. Oh, HTTP. All right, but we know that we did that before, so we expect that to work. So now we need a view. And then I guess that'll kind of be... Because in theory, this would kind of build up to a list. Subscriber, display names. Oh, it's not a dict. And we've got our sample in there. So now we just have to turn it into a real request somewhere. Stream credits. My subscriptions went down here. So really we want to take this to something like this. Fetch follows. Now this is going to be very different because it's a Kraken endpoint. And then we have to deal with possible authentication. I'll have to get the URL for a channel ID. Well, actually, Kraken's probably going to be somewhat similar here. We need the proper URL. No, that's just wrapping line. Kraken.subscriptions. And then I have to check what the requirements were for Kraken. No, not that, this is Kraken, okay. Kraken.send, client ID, auth, decoder, tagger, URL. Oh, it might, well, we're probably going to need auth for this, but... So fetch follows is... Oh. Oh, can I? Case maybe user ID. Fetch hosts. Yeah, I should refresh returns a command. So we should probably user.id. That expected a maybe. So now we can do this. Oh, I might have to get a separate channel ID. Because this is old API. Detected errors. Fetch subscriptions. What did I typo here? Subscriptions. Subscriptions. Fetch error bad status 401 is unauthorized. Okay. What I do have to do, and I don't remember if I've got... I mean, well, I don't have API for it, so I probably don't have anything on the old API. So ID, there's no channel ID. So we're going to have to do get channel specified OAuth token. So if you've OAuth, that gets your token. Channel ID is that. This does not have authentication. So this will fail parsing. But it's a quick and dirty way to make a request. And see if this is actually my channel, or if we have to get a different ID. Or work out our authentication or whatever, but... subscriptions, problem with the given value. Yeah. It still should have shown up in network, though. Oh, because now it is channel. Oh, it's showing up as the number. Okay. Oh, it is the same ID. Okay, cool. So it's saying we're not authenticated. So that means we're going to have to put back auth code. Yeah, checkout -B. So we are going to do git commit -m attempt to fetch subscribers not authenticated. So at one point I had put in some authentication stuff, and then I pulled it out because we didn't need it. So the question is it going to be easier to rewrite it, or, no, not you, or no. Or can we just revert it? Well, that was part of the whole chat events thing. Although I could have done it afterwards. Oh, auth loop, because that's where we added it. Remove OAuth for chat login. Okay, so we actually, we could go fix that. Auth login. Self. The chat login as a user. Which I'm not even sure I want to do that yet. Fetch self URL and then view for all the login. Let's see if that will apply. Get revert 5548B3. All right, load file, notes. This actually we didn't need. Do we compile? We compiled. So we've got the login. I think this will be fine. Well, I don't necessarily want to log in as me. Auth login, Nick. You know what? I could just take this out. And it'll be fine. It's in all kinds of Git history if we want it back. That's right. I wanted to do that just in case there was anything. But it's just my account name. That did lose parameters. Subscriptions is still unauthorized, so we haven't added the auth information. Oh, we're going to have to add that to fetch subscriptions is going to have to take the... What is up? Okay. Fetch subscriptions. No, not you. Oh no, this is a maybe string. Oh, we have to call this. Oh, which means refresh needs all that information too. Okay, you do have it. Model.auth. Refresh model.auth if we've got it. Maybe string. Oh. We're going to leave this to internal here. And what we may actually do is do a little twist on this. Case auth of just... Oh, wait. We don't care because this is set to take a maybe as well. Auth equals auth. Where? Which one of those? Oh. $401. Oh, because we have to go. I think that's the same, but we have to request the permissions. Or I think it's the same tokens. Apps and authentication. Getting a token. I think it's that one. Scope. They have a list of scopes, or... Space-separated list of scopes. Okay. Get... Channel subscribers, channel subscriptions. Auth. How about scope? Chat read and however, we're going to have to log out, reload, get a new token. $401 unauthorized. Okay, well, I've been kind of putting off getting a break here, so I am going to get up and stretch a little bit, and we'll see if we can puzzle this out.
does this go?
Oh, very far down, very far. It's gonna take you a good 5 minutes to get down. Have fun.
Oh man, I think I'm using that power while I'm sitting here spinning my wheels.
Pretty quick.
Maybe I should be...
I just hope you went the right way. There's 2 ways to go at one point.
Oh yeah, we hit a regular all cave system.
Down, so.
Come on, come on, come on.
Sure.
I'm on.
Hey Nia, how's it going? Okay, perfect. No, baby! God damn it! I just can't keep a female character alive. What do I do?
Run pure TX up there. Can I cut this? Yep, I can go. And can I? Nope, I can't delete that. But yeah, that has to be pure. That has to be pure health. Right, and run that along there like that as well for reasons. Right. Okay. You know, we'll make this entire front just pure TX.
Sports, talented with the arts, she was a tragic heroine who died at 18. When did she die? Like 25 years ago. There was a student named Aya that went here 15 years ago, wasn't there? Who knows? I'm busy. Just get out of here. Yeah, fine. I leave the school. Granted, he wouldn't know anyway, because teachers have to move schools every 5 years. I wore myself out.
Welcome back. Alright, so are we getting any unauthorized authentication failed? So we believe by changing the URL that we were getting the right channel. We could double check that. Let's make sure we got the updated stuff here. Oh, it's already authenticated, so it's not going to show me the stuff on the screen. Well. I would still have to... I could go into a private window. Acquired scope, channel subscriptions. Did I misspell it, maybe? Nope, I considered that the same token. I also seem to have a refresh problem. How do you debug that? Is it different OAuth tokens? No, because I was just, yeah, because it's still a Kraken OAuth point. And actually, was it just that is the only difference? Get. Yeah, so that's, so the channel ID is the same. Oh, you're right. It's not going to work. Well, I probably can't test this for real because I'm not going to have channel subscriptions rights to anybody else's channel. They say required scope, but there's probably an implicit that you can't just go reading anybody's subscribers. Well, no, this is OAuth. Do you give this app rights to your account? So, yeah, you would have to log in as someone who had subscriptions and then authorize the rights. So, I can't just go hit any old user for this. So that's not currently testable. The good news is we just log out and it should never make that request. But that would be a thing. So probably, well, Bits is in Helix, so it might, or is it in Helix? I love how they call it the new API, which will be fun if they ever do another API. Reference. Get bit, yeah, Bits leaderboard is the same kind of thing where, So that could also get you the backlog for that. Does this required scope bits read? Oh, so this is going to need authentication as well. It is saying authenticated, not some other kind of error. There's just no way to know. Okay. All right, did we make any actual changes? Yeah, that is kind of... So this is a thing, which essentially it's like the post-stream credits. The number of hosts I was getting to the point where it was getting a lot to read out every time. So I've got that much working, and it's like, well, what else can I do? So I was looking, I've been hooking up the chat for the new follows. Well, actually, that's not new follows. That's an API. But you only get raid information through the chat. There's no other way to get that. I've been looking at the going and adding the bits of subscriber messages to make it more of a general tool. And I got that, oh, well, what if you just put like all of your subscribers in there? That'd be cool and all, but I don't know whether it is an actual error or... Yeah. But it's published, anybody could use it. And I think I've got that one linked down below. No, that's not what I wanted. Streaming tools. Stream credits, yeah. What I've been trying to do is get not just the people who subscribed today, but like all subscribers, which also, if I ever get it to work, would get into pagination. But yeah, I don't know if it's an actual authentication error or just because that's the error code they're returning because it's not a valid operation on my channel. And there's no version published yet that anybody who does have subscribers could check. So since we also apparently need auth, period started at bits leaderboard. So if I want to replace or have a more reliable replacement, well, I can get the chat events for free is the nice thing. Whereas this means you have to do the little login thing. But we could specify started at for the stream time. Just get them all. Of course, once again, you need bits read, so I don't have I'm not aware of like any test channels you can easily get authentication for to look at stuff. But it should be straightforward at least. Oh, we've also got this thing, which is working as far as it goes. Get and test. V5 subscriptions. Not fully tested due to auth problems. So I don't know if we want to actually submit that, but what we can do is in Helix to code, we do have sample bits. Now is that the only, yeah, bits leaderboard is the only thing you can get. But that needs an OAuth scope. I guess we'll see if Helix also responds with no auth. But first, we need, that was under Twitch for this stuff. And this is also going to get to the unwieldy point here. Okay, so actually we can work that in. So if we have so this is a leaderboard. Bits leaders, sample bits leaders. And the main thing we're just doing, oh, actually I did pull in user. Sample bits leaderboard. I guess, actually. Kinda. And then none of that will exist. So now we need to switch reactor back to here. And go to there. Doesn't exist. Yeah, this has pretty much just been in order added. Bits leaderboard. Sample bits leaderboard. Bits leader, bits leader board. Oh, we have to also add the sample bits leaderboard. All right, clips, sample data. Bits leader. Which gets us a user ID, a username, a rank, and a score. Sort of fixed it. Decoder list bits leader. Deal data list bits leader. Bits leader. Yeah. Leader, bits leader, bits leader, user ID string, user name string, rank int, score int. Sample data for bits leaderboard. Oh, I did. How is it referred to here? They call it leaderboard there. Test. Leaderboard. Okay, we need our debug again. It's the one kind of problem with this. True, false at console. This is not valid JSON. All right, do we? Oh, maybe they changed the number. Forgot to change a comma. Comma. Yep, they didn't put the dot, but they left the comma. Expecting an object with a field named from. Well, okay, I guess we pasted something here. Test. Yep. Result okay. So we once again might not be able to use this. But subscriptions. Bits leaderboard. List of bits leader. Aggregated. The week specified. So that's Monday to Monday. Yeah. I might actually be able to start it at, put it back a week. I don't know. We'll see about that if we can actually get it to work. But what data structure do I want for this? User ID, username. Rank and score is actually about it. Maybe I can... Because right now, View doesn't use Twitch anything. Although we could probably convert that to a cheer easy enough. In fact, this could just replace cheers. We can do that for now. Let me have to adjust the update behavior. Yeah, we would have to know whether we had successfully fetched that, or are going to successfully fetch that, before recording them ourselves. And you can just be a list because we can't update them. And we can test that up to a point with kraken.bits leaders sample bits leaderboard. It ended up above follows there. Or did it? How about in the messages? Follow subscriptions. Oh, no, it was after subscriptions. Subscriptions follows. Which bits leaderboard? Bits leaders equals and then hey, how about we update these? Subscriptions, bits, leaderboards. Okay, it was subscriptions. I probably did subscription. And bits leaderboard. Kraken.bits leader. What did I call that? No, this window. Not that window. Oh, but no, expose bits leader. Oh, because I was copying Kraken stuff. Kraken Helix. No. Bits leader. You actually have no reference to it. My cheer. Is a helix dot bits leader to a cheer. And this is much simpler. It is... You can do that. User ID equals... leader.user ID. Display name equals leader.username. Amount equals leader.score. And we need to switch reactor back. Nope. Oh, we're not. Yeah. Right now, what we're doing is doing some test data. So this might end up replacing this. This is like... We would only expect to be getting that from our sample data right now. Okay, that's the two leaders from the sample data. Now, the tricky part. Stream credits. Fetch. We think this is going to end up being an authenticated thing because it says it needs a scope. Fetch subscriptions bits leaderboard. Helix bits leaderboard. Wait. Oh, because this is in the context of an OAuth scope. So yes, it's going to only make sense if it's authenticated. That's bits leaderboard URL. Which actually, the implication is that this doesn't need an ID either. Yeah, oops. Oh, we said it was a string to string. Refresh. Oh, we'll eventually want a timestamp on that, actually. And since, I mean, we can verify that we in fact get unauthorized. Oh, it won't even attempt without the login. Oh, and now it won't try to do anything without a channel. Leaderboard unauthorized. Review scope. Let's do it there. Bits read. We need to get the new page. Log in. Get a list of subscribers. Interesting that that's the big one, but the bits isn't. But it does look like it recognized all the rights. So subscriptions failed. Leaderboard just says none. As expected. But that should have some kind of scope on it. So that might actually be one where we want to wait until every time we get the stream update, we tell it started at, well, no, that could easily get the bits from the stream if we started at stream time. That means that even if you'd freshly loaded the page, you'd be able to get all the bits from today. Does today's bits... I mean, it's credits... there's the whole credits for... There's the question of credits for this stream and credits for this stream in general, which is kind of where I was going with all-time subscribers, but I can't seem to get those. So what period do we request? Let's see, when we get the current stream, we currently send nothing. We just filter our follows. If we changed fetch bits leaderboard to take a parameter, this is going to take RF's 3339. Given day and otherwise ignored. Uh-oh. Data is returned for all of yesterday. So you can't actually do... Okay, so you can't actually do this for the stream anyway. I mean, you could do all of the streams today. They specified... Is today assumed if started at isn't specified? Oh, this is specified or you started at is ignored. Huh. We don't have actual data to look at. So the easiest thing would be to just pass period day and cross our fingers and hope it works for today. At which point we don't need a timestamp. Although I was kind of thinking of maybe doing week. So all we can do at this point is say that we don't get an error. We don't get an error. And then that would roughly, well, if it's a 20, well, so the problem is that day is always a PST day. So that's actually not going to be useful for like a stream. And like this is a week is Monday to Monday, which is also not useful. So you can't... I mean, I'm not that far off PST. It probably wouldn't cause me a problem. Not that I have bits. But if you had somebody whose stream overlapped PST, then day wouldn't work. Day breaks on a week might be less of a problem, but it's still kind of annoying. So to get the past week, you'd have to do, like, querying all 7 days separately? I guess also the other thing I forgot to check is if this is parsing correctly. Descriptions fetch error, yes we know. I could probably even not error on that, since it's going to be the standard case. So I'm not sure there's anything useful I can do here. I mean, day would work ish most of the time. I could do the week leaderboard because that's what Twitch puts on top of chat. The problem is that without subscriptions working, that becomes your only reason to deal with all the login stuff. At which point it becomes kind of a bonus if you can actually, well, I guess people who could use subscriptions would be people who could use bits. And this, if there is no auth, will not send anything. So make sure we don't have an actual error. And then we're just not going to log in most of the time. Now what does... So the accurate description of this is weekly bits leaders. And this, if it ever works, is going to be subscribers. And maybe we just kind of put all that stuff. Design is hard. And I have not been to this stuff. Okay, so that is you, which I think we've fairly well proven out. But I do want this. Oh, did I forget? Sometimes I wander off and forget to commit stuff. And subscribers and bits. And it's kind of impossible to disentangle afterwards. If logged in. Subscriptions not yet proven to work. That's kind of, so we'll have this login thing down here. Oh well. Otherwise that just is what it is. And the other thing would be, so this is, we think, is it Elm diff? Really? When did you add that? That was not a problem before. Or maybe it was, and I just got... Okay, so subscriptions was Kraken. And I guess we didn't copy the line? Above it, which was weird. Yeah, that, okay. Maybe I only copied that line and replaced the string instead. Minor change. Because we only added things. Elm. So diff, bump, publish. Oh, and what we can do is we can use the fact that the tag is not pushed to GitHub to debug stuff. Get tag 4.1.0. Elm publish. This will fail because I haven't pushed the tag, or the code for that matter. It is not tagged on GitHub, but we've gotten it to check everything else before we publicly publish changes. Git push. Unfortunately, well, uncommitted changes. It'd be nice if they did other checks before the one you can easily block. But we can now take you back, elm.json. I guess it'll be easier to reinstall it. And this one went to an indirect dependency. Elm Twitch API. Oh, and remove our source directory. So we might have to clear some cache stuff here from build artifacts. All right, make sure you do a clean rebuild. Yep. Generated code. Interesting. Well, I have another Twitch thing here, but hopefully it'll be cleaned up by just rebuilding. Okay, compiled for modules. There we go. Switch back to published Twitch API. Oh, did I leave my test code in there? It's a knit. Yes, I did. Interesting. Okay. So that's a little bit of, well, making it hopefully more useful to other people. We can't really test some of these things. I might be able to test it a little bit. No, I can test the chat events. Hey GJ, how's it going? I can test the chat events in other channels that actually have these things. It needs to be a user who can give the appropriate permissions before any of the login stuff would work. Let's see, I didn't have any other notes on this. Was there anything else I wanted to do? The hosting list got long enough, and presumably it'll only get longer over time, but it was getting a lot to read out every time, so I'm trying to put together a thing that does that and gets recent follows. I've got it watching Twitch chat to pick up like raids and things, and today I was adding sort of theoretical support for bits and subs if somebody else wanted to use it. And there's some other stuff that I'm not sure if I'm doing it wrong or if it's just because I don't actually have bits and subs that I cannot get some longer term information on. But at the moment, I don't think I have anything else I want to do on this project. And it's late enough that it's time to wrap up versus... Yeah, it started out as a little project, and then I'm like, well, can I get other things? The only other thing I'm missing is tips. The only way I can see to get those right now is to run a server in the Muxi Watcher directory and see if it will let us fetch the text files. But then that's the thing I have to remember to start up every time. So, maybe if I end up with some other reason to start up a server that something could add to it. But right now I don't. So we've already, well, actually I do need to check refresh on the actual credits, because that's something that I have been working on. But not paying enough attention to my water. Even though Dihydroxybot is there, it's there often enough, I often tune it out. But I am out of stuff to do for the moment, so I am gonna turn that off for next time and see if the refresh works. Hey, that's an actual host list. So I think that the refresh actually worked. So thanks for the hosts. Thanks for anybody hanging out. That is when I tend to stream. I sometimes go longer, depends on if I'm caught up in something or not. Today, I ran out of stuff on this project, so I have to think about what my next project is. I've been wanting to do some touch-up on the Stepmania stuff. I'm going to be busy Saturday morning, so I might want to do some 1 Hour 1 Life stuff ahead of Saturday, so I can test it on Saturday. But, there's that. Do I have anything to recommend? Okay. Looks like Toaster Fuel is working on some game dev stuff. Someone who seems to also be developing and kind of talking through what they're doing. He does swear sometimes when he's doing that, so be advised if you mind the swearing. Otherwise, if you're looking for a cool place to hang out, that's a cool place to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye, and until next time.